What's going on, you guys? Hit that like button as you come in the building. We got some things to talk about. I just got some other things I just found out that we go talk about. Jermell Charlo goes on a little rant. Let me tell you guys what he said. And just once people get in the building. If you can hear me, if everything sound good, just hit the number one. Because we got some shit to talk about. They also say Errol Spence responds to Jaron Ennis. I'm not quite sure what he said. Okay, what's good, Wayne Hennessy? All right, you can hear me. We'll get this show on the road. I ain't gonna hold you guys too long today. Got some things to do with the kids in a little bit. But I'm gonna get this show on the road. But Jermell Charlo, he comes out probably not too long ago on his Twitter or whatever social media this is on. It says, and I guess this is in regards to who he's supposed to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? But he says, ain't shit popping right now. Talks will eventually happen. But whoever told y'all we negotiating was cloud chasing. We relevant. So, of course, I'm thinking of him screaming as I'm reading this. So, of course, it would have catch a wave. But I'll keep you updated on me. Don't listen to none of them hating ass media hoes. By the way, they pound for pound list. So that's what Jermell Charlo just said, probably not too long ago, probably within the past hour. In regards to him, fighting Castano, I guess. I guess this is what he's talking about. And with Errol Spence and Ugas being on the undercard. So he said ain't shit happening. Unless y'all hear from me, it ain't happening. He come off like a fucking rapper and shit, man. And then he got the last part in all caps. You know he yelling and shit. But we're gonna move on. Because Jermell Charlo, he ain't talking about fighting Brian Castano right now. He said it'll eventually happen. So whatever. He said somebody's cloud chasing off his name. I don't know who he talking about either. But yeah, Jaron Ennis, man. He looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal last night. He looked phenomenal against Sergey Lipinets. I mean, that was about as good as a coming out party you could have for a fighter, a young fighter. And I think he put everybody on notice with that performance. Now, some guys probably say that Lipinets was a 140-pounder. He's a former kickboxer. But for me, going into that fight, I'm looking to see how he looks against a guy that can actually fight for real. And he did the same shit that he's been doing against everybody else. Salute, free game. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit the like button for your boy. I'm gonna get this shit cooking once people really get up in here. But yeah, Jaron Ennis looked really good against Sergey Lipinets. But I'm gonna hold on him for a minute. I'm gonna go backtrack. We'll talk about Conor and Benn first. Conor and Benn. I've been paying attention to Conor Benn because he's been improving, over the past few years. He's been improving. He looked really, really good against Samuel Vargas. You know what I'm saying? Really, really good. Strong, explosive, fast. I think he's really found himself as a fighter. And I think we got another player in the welterweight division to look out for in Conor Benn. He looked really good against Samuel Vargas. It's supposed to be, I guess, a step-up fight for him. Everybody all these young welterweights had their step-up fights. And all of them passed with flying colors. You know what I'm saying? All of them passed with flying colors. Conor Benn looks really good, man. I don't think we should sleep on him. He may have that same intensity his father had. Same intensity his father had. So UK, y'all better be riding with your boy over there. Don't be forgetting about Conor Benn. Then we got Stanionis, right? I never even heard this guy until recently, honestly. I'm going to be real with you guys. I haven't heard him until recently, but I've been waiting for him, and he was up in there against a very, very game Thomas Delorme. Thomas Delorme, I haven't seen him. I mean, he looked phenomenal in this fight. But Stanionis was just kept coming forward, really strong defense, just really consistent. He might need to work on cutting off the ring a little better, but I do think the commentary is also kind of biased but he's going to be a strong player as well. That was a big step up fight for a guy with only 13 fights. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the building. Hit the like button for your boy. Salute to Retro Boxing and Documentaries, aka Blood Boxing. Salute to the OG in the building. Y'all go subscribe to Retro Boxing and Documentaries and Blood Boxing. But salute to everybody in the building. But yeah, Stanionis looked really good, man. Delorme looked really, really good. He looked like a high end. I will say Delorme now is that guy you want to put your guy in there with when you want to see where he's at. If he could take it to the next level, he can get past Delorme, then yeah. So Delorme essentially is a policeman now, a gatekeeper. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? He can make a lot of money just being a guy fighting all these up and coming guys. But he looked good, but Stanionis was just too strong. He kind of reminded me of Triple G a little bit by his approach. Real strong jab, piston-like jab. Just really good. Really subtle defense. You know what I'm saying? Really subtle defense. But it was a really good fight, man. That's another player in the welterweight division that we need to be looking out for. And then we got, of course, Boots. We go back to Boots, man. Boots Ennis. He put on a show last night against what up? Lipinets. My bad. Lipinets. He put on a show against Lipinets last night, man. I mean, the kid looked like somebody off a video game or something. I mean, he a phenomenal talent. It's hard to say that he couldn't compete with some of the top welterweights. It's almost hard to say he's so damn talented. Just based off what we've been seeing from this kid. I mean, he can seem like he can do everything in there, everything he wants. He has the size, the reach, the speed, the power, the skill set, the creativity. He got some of everything going for him. Not to mention he comes from a fighting family. His dad, his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Really be tough for a lot of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Could really be tough for a lot of these guys. And I think that Virgil Ortiz is another guy. His fight, one may say, ended in controversy with Maurice Hooker breaking his hand, but in my opinion, I think he's kind of trailing these other three guys. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, this is based off what we've seen from the past few months. I think that Virgil Ortiz is a little bit behind these guys. Because Stanionis, what he fought was Delorme looked at fucking. I don't even know if anybody lesser than a guy like that would have been able to beat that Delorme last night, honestly. And the dude was tough as shit, man. He kept coming forward. He took Delorme's best shots. I don't know if Virgil Ortiz would have been able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. Because we've seen what Maurice Hooker was able to do to Virgil Ortiz, with the little bit that he did hit him with, So a guy like Delorme on top of his game, like how we just seen him, I don't know if Virgil Ortiz would have had it, he would have given anybody a tough night. So I just feel he's maybe slightly behind. I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But Jaron Ennis is definitely leading the pack amongst these guys. You got Daniel Lillard coming out saying that, how about Boots versus Keith Thurman? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Retro Boxing. Delorme is a great test for these fighters, man. I mean, he's the new Gamboa gatekeeper guy. That's who he is. What's going on, man?
All right, so first let me say that backdrop is fire.
My boy YSM Sports Media is in the building.
Yeah, that backdrop is fire. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to do what you told me to do because I love the new setup. That shit looks awesome. I like Delorme, bro. I think that fight should be next, even though he lost. What's your thoughts on that? Delorme looked good, and the Stanionis fight was really close. Who do you want to see him in the ring with next? Bushido, can you hear me? Can you hear? I'm gonna come out and come back in. I can't hear you.
Yo. Yeah, he must have lagged out. Yeah, my bad, y'all. But yeah, Delorme, he's a great test for these dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he's a good test for these guys, and it's hard to say where Virgil Ortiz is at now based off of what we've seen from these other three. I think Conor Benn is. I think he's definitely. I mean, the kid looked phenomenal. They all look strong, fast, and explosive too. You notice that these dudes look really strong, fast, explosive, just like looking like they really trying to make a statement. Salute to D Luckett in the building, man. He always holding your boy Bushido down. Salute to D Luckett. Hey, hold on real quick, man. Hold on real quick. Yo.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear echo?
Oh yeah, slight echo. You trying out the new mic?
Yeah. Hold up. I can't just go ahead and cook real quick, man. Talk about Boots, man. What are your thoughts on Boots, man? How did he look from a Philly boy's perspective last night?
All right, so first let me start. I got a wind of Boots. His brother Jaron Ennis, who fought Badu Jack, used to come in my spot. I ran a bar, and he would tell me like, "Yo, my brother's next," and he was in the amateurs, so I really didn't think much of him. Hearing he got jerked in the trials against Gary Antoine, and then I saw one of his early fights, and I'm like, damn, like he just seemed to be like the full package, but you never really know going up against inferior opposition. But last night was a top 10 fighter, man. He did him like he did everybody else. So he's just looking like he's the guy, man. He's the Floyd Mayweather of this era, of his era, the Bud Errol Spence era that's coming to a close. And he's the next guy. He's the guy that's just ahead of everybody else. The eye test, he's a full balanced breakfast, everything you want. He took some hard shots last night. So for people that said he didn't have a chin, or they wanted to see if he had a chin, Lipinets licked him a couple times, and he passed the test, and he got him out of there. So I feel like he's ready for the bottom 10. I doubt that the top 5 fight him, and they don't really have a reason to. And I know some fans are going to get mad at that, but let me just say, dude like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford earned Earl Spence and Manny Pacquiao. He's put in the work. He fought all the guys that was coming up in his era. Now he needs to get all the guys in the top 5. And Earl Spence, they should just only be fighting each other and then move on. Boots, Virgil Ortiz, Paul Crawl, Rashidi Ellis. It's their era after that, and they fight each other, just like Danny and Keith and them did. Yeah, Doubtful. I agree, man. Ready for the new guys to take over the division. Yeah, man, I want to see all these fights. I don't really like how it ended for the era of Keith and them because we didn't get a chance to see all of them fight. Like we saw Pac-Man versus Cotto. We seen Floyd versus Cotto. We seen Pac versus Margarito. You know what I mean? We saw all of the best guys fight in the past era, and if we don't get a chance to see Keith versus Earl Spence, Thurman versus Bud, Bud versus Spence, then this will be a waste. It will really be a waste. But yeah, this new crop of 147-pound, Rashidi Ellis, Conor, Benn, Virgil Ortiz, Paul Crawl, Stanionis, Boots. A lot of talent, man. A lot of talent. I'm curious to see who's the best out of the crop. Right now, looking like Boots is, but that's just the eye test, man. The only way we're going to find out is these guys got to fight.
That's it, man. These dudes, you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, these dudes just got to fight each other, man. That's just what it is. You know, and like you said, it's a shame that if we don't get to see Crawford, Spence, Crawford, Thurman, Spence, you know, it'll be a shame if we don't get those fights, you know, because now we got a whole new wave of welterweights coming in, and you know these dudes are coming. You know, they're looking like they got it, you know, on different aspects of the game. You know, Jaron Ennis seemed like you said, the total package. All the other guys seem like they got good intangibles and everything else to be world champions too. So these dudes need to really get some shit rolling. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say this about Boots. If you are a fan that is really not familiar, I'm going to just give you some insight. He has a background very similar to Floyd Mayweather. Dad was a fighter and a trainer. Two brothers that were fighters, all with solid records. They were all contenders. Older brother, Derek Ennis, he beat Gabriel Rosado. The middle brother, Farah Ennis, he lost to Badu Jack in a close fight. So he lives, breathes boxing, no bad habits, is in the gym all the time. So he's not going to beat himself. You're going to have to beat him. Like, he takes this shit seriously. And I can't say that for another guy who's supposed to be the big fish of the division. That's it. That's all the shade I'm going to throw, man. That's all the shade I'm going to throw. But y'all let me know in the comments, who do y'all want to see Boots fight next? Because I'm thinking like a Jamal James. That's a good fight. Thomas Delorme is a good fight. Josito Lopez is a good fight. Dafu, who do you want to see Boots fight next? I wouldn't mind seeing Ugas, to be honest with you. I really don't want to see Thurman or them. I want to see them guys fight each other, man. I don't want any excuses. I want to see Thurman versus Bud. I want to see Spence. Like, one of them two guys, like, Spence got to fight either Thurman, Ugas, or Bud next. And all in that order. Like, if you're going to get Ugas, then Thurman and Bud got to be next. I don't want to see Pacquiao. I'm done. Unless Pacquiao's fighting Bud next. That's a good fight. But yeah.
Oh, that's still struggling with machine. Retro Boxing says meme machine.
Retro Boxing, that's a good one.
Boots versus meme machine. Hey, that's a good test. That's a good test.
Boots versus meme, yeah.
I think Ennis will pass. I just feel that he'll pass any test you'll put in front of him until we get to, it'll get tricky once we get to like the Crawfords and the Spencers. You know what I'm saying? But I think he could pass any of these guys. He's just one of those fighters, man. When you look at him, you're like, man, this dude he just got it, man. You know what I'm saying? He just got it. He's just some of the shit that he was doing against Lipinets. He made Lipinets look like he never fought before in his life.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I felt bad.
You know what I'm saying? Dafu says, I say Boots ready for championship fights. Pick any of them and he's ready. Yeah, man.
I mean, like, skills wise, he's ready. I don't want none of them guys to not fight each other. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong for that as a fan, but I need to see who's the best of your era. Like Crawford, that's like Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard not getting in the ring. Like, come on, man. Like, enough's enough, yo. Now that the new crop is here, these dudes got to fight. Because otherwise, I'll stop watching you. I'll watch these kids. These kids seem like they want it.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like they really want it, man. You know what I'm saying? They seem like they really, really, really want it. And these other guys that we've been talking about for the past 3 or 4 years, they've been pretty stagnant. Keith Thurman fighting every 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence, I guess you could say, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. A lot of these dudes got less than 30 fights. I understand that it's different once you fighting under. It's different if you ain't in the chilling circuit, but I mean, they a lot of these dudes wasted their prime, whether it was bullshitting outside the ring, whether it was just injuries or inactivity. And now you got a whole new batch of welterweights coming up that's on a bumper that look like they could possibly beat these dudes right now. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I agree with you. A lot of fans may not know what the chitlin circuit is. The chitlin circuit is basically ballroom boxing. It's when you're paying for your opponent, but you're getting a lot of fights in really local cards, small venues. But if you're like a Shakur Stevenson or Earl Spence, anybody that's on Olympics, you don't really have to fight in the chitlin circuit. As a matter of fact, only one dude that I know that did. People wonder why Wilder got so many fights. Wilder's fighting in the chitlin circuit, just knocking everybody out very fast.
Yep. Got Wilder on the chilling circuit, man.
But
he was running through dudes.
Yeah, that's
getting experience. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And then in the heavyweight division, there's not really many guys as it is anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you could see them moving the heavyweight a little slower than they'll move somebody else. You know what I'm saying? There's no rush to really move Jaron Ennis. There's no reason to really rush him. You know, so you can let him, just get some momentum going. Fight a lot of different guys, a lot of different body types, big dudes, small dudes, fast dudes. Let him fight a lot of different guys, and then probably about 3 years because he's only 21. You know what I'm saying? He'll be primed and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Just keep him fighting like he's been fighting really often. So, you know what I'm saying? Some guys move differently than others. You know what I'm saying? It just really depends.
Yeah, and when you think about it, there's nowhere to run and hide when you're a heavyweight. You know how Ryan and them dudes like that, they can move to 140. A guy at 126, he can move to 130, then move to 35. Nah, when you get to a certain point in the heavyweight, it's all top guys. And just because you don't think a dude is up the upper echelon, a guy like Luis Ortiz, a guy like Chris Arreola, a guy like Eric Molina, those are top 20 heavyweights. So it doesn't get any better than them unless you get to the other champions. You know what I mean? Dominic Brazil. Dominic Brazil is what? He was in the top 10 majority of his career, right? So, yeah, I definitely feel you on that. But now it's time for we to see Boots against another guy. Mean Machine wouldn't be bad, like you said, bro. Stanionis, that's a fight for the future. Maybe a David Avenigi. He's coming off of a good win. That wouldn't be a bad fight.
Yeah, David Avenigi, and that would be a pretty good fight, actually. There's a lot, man. The welterweight division is actually looking really nice. It's actually looking really, really nice.
You called it, though. You called it early.
What'd I say?
Conor Benn, you said basically these young dudes is coming, and Bud and Spence, they had to do something or they're going to be forgotten.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, if I was Crawford or Spence, I'll fight these dudes now. Honestly.
Before they get their fangs?
Yes. Before they get their canines. Before canines fully grow, I'll fight these dudes right now. Because eventually you're going to have to fight them if you stick around long enough. And you want to be able to catch them at the top of your game. You know what I'm saying? There's no point in waiting around for these young dudes and you losing some steps and they, you know what I'm saying, on top of the hill, you falling down the hill. You know what I'm saying? You better get them now. That's just the way I feel about it. No point in bullshitting around, maneuvering around these young guys. There's a whole bunch of them now, and one of y'all gonna have to see one of them.
Hey, Shido, I've been telling these dudes about this kid, and now I'm starting to notice that a certain fan base, I ain't gonna call them out, but a certain fan base is now trying to diminish his accomplishments because you feel the heat. Because now you can't use no side of the street. He's Steven Espinosa's boy, and now he's gonna be number 3 in the IBF. What you gonna do? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. He can't use that excuse no more. No more side of the street shit. What's gonna be the new excuse?
So it's either gonna be shit or get off the pot because
you know what I'm saying?
If we look at it, if you don't get Pacquiao, okay, if you choose not to fight Bud, okay, after you fight Ugas, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? You can't fight Danny again. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody really wants to see you versus Sean Porter. So you got to pick either Boots, Keith Thurman, or Bud.
Yeah, Spence will have to compromise and fight somebody. Excuse me. Yeah, he will have to fight somebody. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And it could be Boots because Boots is right there, number 3 in the IBF now.
I'm gonna tell you now, bro. Boots stop Spence.
You think Boots stops Spence?
Yeah.
Man, I say the longer they wait to fight this kid, the greater his chances are to stopping them. And the vibes I get from Boots is the same vibes that I got from Terrence Crawford years ago when I first saw him. I'm like, man, this dude could do all this. He could do all that. He got that fighter's edge, that killer edge. Jaron Ennis got that same shit. Probably even more talented than Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's like a Roy Jones as far as like ability. There are some flaws there, of course, but he's just you ain't gonna see this athleticism with these set of skills at this size and 147 pounds. You ain't gonna see it.
Yeah, he got a lot going for him, dog. You know what I'm saying? He got the speed, he got the IQ. He got everything. He got everything going for him. Not to mention he's a nerd. He's not some war star hip hop wannabe rapper kid. You know what I'm saying? He's not that.
He doesn't hang out with Yellow Beezy.
On this path he's on.
He's not in the club with Yellow Beezy. No. He's in the basketball court or playing video games. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with.
Drizzy KO says, look like your homie is right. Ennis and Crawford the hardest punches at 147. What's up, Drizzy KO? Salute, bro. They stopping guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? They stopping guys. I think there's an art to actually finishing guys.
Drizzy.
Then you could be a hard puncher all you want, but finishing guys is an art almost.
Yeah.
And Jaron Ennis is a good finisher. So is Bud. They're really good finishers.
That Ray Leonard, they have that Ray Leonard in them.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't explain it. When they get you hurt, it's a wrap.
It's like a shark seeing blood, man. That's what it is.
Do you equate that to punch variation?
I don't know why my shit like echoing and shit. I got to get all this stuff figured out, man. This live and all these mics and stuff. I got to get all this figured out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you equate their ability to finish to punch variation and creativity?
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you're a creative puncher, you might hit somebody with a punch they never seen coming. So yeah, and Crawford and Ennis can punch from like really weird angles, and they're really creative with they punches and shit.
For
You know what I'm
me,
saying? They
Earl
seem like they
is
get a wide
very
punch variety. They're not just 1-2, 1-2, 1-2
yeah.
3. You know what I'm saying? They can throw some shit from, you know what I'm saying, some overhand shit, some awkward shit from a weird angle. They could switch, so that makes them even more dangerous. Yeah.
You're right, because they'll switch on the inside on you, and that's
Yeah,
yo.
they'll switch mid
They
combo
can
and shit
switch
on
on
you.
the inside on you really well. Oh my god.
Hmm. So that means they ambidextrous. They can punch you. They hit heavy with both hands too. You know what I'm saying? Just a phenomenal, just a phenomenal talent. There's no denying that Jaron Ennis isn't what we see. There's no denying it. There's if you're a hater if you say otherwise. Even if you may say Lipinus was a smaller guy, etc., blah blah blah. Jaron Ennis has been extremely consistent of a fighter. He's been looking pretty much the same. He do the same shit to everybody he's up in there with. He just took a step up fight and he made him look just like everybody else he's been fighting. And I have a
Facts.
feeling that he'll make a lot of guys, maybe outside of Crawford, Spence, and Thurman, look like that. He
The
said,
people
"Wait
that
till
want
Tino Maidana come back."
Thurman, yeah, oh my god, Madonna, bro, Madonna looks like a drug lord. He fat
Hey,
now,
when
man.
this train losers complain says back in 2015, people wasn't saying Spence not ready for to fight Keith Thurman, but Boots ain't ready. Bro, it's the double standards that we're witnessing amongst these other YouTubers, bro. They don't remember that they was really pushing for Keith Thurman to fight a 15-0 prospect, bro. Jaron Ennis
Yep.
got 27 fights. You know what I'm saying? Back then, Errol Spence was a 15-0 prospect. So
Wow.
there's the differences there, but they don't want to tell you those key details.
Hey, winners train losers. I'm about to cook just real fast, right? So they wanted Spence to fight Thurman. They wanted Thurman to fight a dude who hadn't really had a step up fight. And then they was upset that Thurman didn't, but they weren't upset that Earl Spence told the undisputed 140-pound champion that he needed to do something in a division. So I'm gonna just give you an example real fast. That's like Kovalev telling Andre Ward, "Oh, I need you to get a belt at 175 for me to fight you." It's Andre Ward. You know? You can't use that on Andre Ward. You can't tell Floyd you need to see him do something at 154 pounds before you fight him. He's the guy. This shit is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous, bro. But this is the shit that's happening. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is boxing's new darling. So his fan base will protect him. That's just what it is. You know, they will protect him by any means. They don't remember. Maybe a lot of these guys are new box fans, but they don't remember back when the
Ben
shit that Keith
Crawford,
Thurman and them is doing. They did the same. He's doing the same thing to Bud.
yeah. But like I said, I do believe Spence is the A side. I do believe Crawford needs to take the short to make this fight happen. But at the same time, like there's a lot of things that Spence did that I'm not feeling. There's some things that Bud did that I'm not feeling. Resigning with top rank. But
Bro,
that fight,
I still I don't know if that even is a main factor anymore, bro. Think about it. If that was the case, how come Thurman got to beg this dude for a fight, man? If this dude don't want to fight you, he won't fight you.
I mean, I can't
You
argue
know,
when you say the Chiefs thing. I can't say you're wrong when you associate it with Keith. I'm just saying I wanted to see Bud fight all the top guys at 147 pounds. And I feel like that would happen if he went. Wow.
Mm, I don't know. It could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially now, these dudes don't got much to offer. But are they gonna get what they're looking for fighting Crawford on PBC too? They want a lot of money to fight Bud.
I mean, they'll put it on pay-per-view.
But that's not guaranteed to sell.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so are they getting Spence? Like Porter seemed satisfied with his money with Spence. Danny seemed satisfied with his money for Spence. Mikey seemed satisfied.
Free agency is the best option for Terrence Crawford, bro. Free agency. Keep a good relationship with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? And bounce around and fight the best guys available for the most money.
What fight do you want to see him with at Top Rank?
At 147?
Yeah.
The Ramirez-Taylor winner, man. That's a good fight.
Why? So they can say Bud just beat 140 pounder?
I mean, Bud is a 140 pounder.
He's actually 135 pounder.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he beat the man in the other division. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of good fights for Bud out there other than Spence, bro. He just needs the money behind him to get these fights because they're gonna want a lot of money to fight him.
Now with these kids coming up, now that the kids done established themselves, if Conor Ben get one more good win, or if Virgil beats like what if Virgil knocks out Kell Brook or something like that? Would you say he's ready?
Yeah. Yep. Martin Machine says, Bud resigning with Top Rank doesn't make a difference.
It does. Because now you're asking to either do a co-promotion on fights that wouldn't really generate that much income. And we all know how these networks are. They only want to come together when it's for a lot of money, or you're asking for Bob to pay an inflated purse for a PBC fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know how Bob is. Bob don't even want to pay the undisputed lightweight champion who he cultivated $1 billion coming off of his biggest win. So it's definitely a factor.
It's just that I don't know. Is it really a promotion thing? Did they not promote Crawford right? Top Rank?
No, they did. They did.
Now, how would you have promoted Terrence Crawford?
I would have promoted Terrence Crawford as the biggest puncher in 147 pounds. He's knocked out every fighter at welterweight. Okay, well, why aren't you putting a montage of highlights showing him knocking everybody out and saying nobody can last 12 rounds with Terrence Crawford at 147?
Right.
That's how I would have done
it. They don't know how to promote, man. They should have been marketing Terrence Crawford as a destroyer. An absolute destroyer. And a throwback style fighter, a throwback fighter. That's how they should have been promoting him. He don't do all that talking. They could have just compared him to Marvin Hagler, just promoted him like he's the new age dad. You know what I'm saying? They could have just did that.
You're right.
They try to compare Lomachenko to Muhammad Ali and shit. They compare Lomachenko to Muhammad Ali.
You're right. Punchers don't need to talk. I don't think that Spence versus Crawford will be that money. I think it'll sell like 500,000 pay-per-views, and that's not enough. Like, a lot of two contrasting demographics only did what, 800-900, and Spence and Crawford had the same demographic, But mind you, I'm just speculating. This is just my opinion.
Salute, bro. Horse. Salute to you, bro. Always holding your boy Bushido down. He a Spence guy, but he always holds your boy down. Yeah, but for the new people in here, Jermell Charlo, let me tell you what Jermell Charlo just said, bro. Hold up. Jermell Charlo went on a rant. He says here, yeah, he says, ain't shit popping right now. Talks will happen eventually, but whoever told y'all we negotiating was cloud chasing. We relevant. So, of course, it will catch a wave. But I'll keep y'all updated on me. Don't listen to none of them hating ass media hoes. And by the way, fuck they pound for pound list. That's what Jermell Charlo just said, probably about an hour or so ago.
Yo, he's an angry dude.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he had all
basically
caps
saying,
on the last paragraph. Had all caps, like he was screaming as he was typing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Dude is fucking nuts. So basically, he's saying that we're hearing that he's fighting Castano and Spencer Ugas on the undercard is all cap. That's basically what he's saying.
Yo, it's so much fake news out there.
List. I mean, this is why, so if you were a guy that had Jermell Charlo at the top of your pound for pound list, he just said F your pound for pound list. Oh my God. That's why I can't ride with the Charlo. It is what it is, though. He better be.
You like
be careful with Brian Castano. Brian Castano will upset his ass.
Everything right? Castano can fight.
Yeah, he can fight.
See, though.
Huh?
I said we gonna see.
Castano can fight.
I'm pretty sure that
Castano might beat him, dude. I'm telling you. That style is gonna have a trouble against that dude's style, man. Castano, he can go. But Jermell Charlo could very well knock him out. And he got a good ass gas tank on him. So that's gonna be a good fight if it happens.
Lions only, man. It's a Charlo hating channel. It's a Charlo hating channel, man. Lions only, man.
He said Lions only. Oh man, that sounds that's a gimmick to me, man. That's a gimmick.
the greatest brothers, Vlad and Vitaly, man.
Them motherfuckers. I already told you what my OG said. My mom said she don't like them dudes.
No. Tell them what your mom calls them.
Well, for one, she calls them charmos. She don't know what they, she never heard no Charlo, so she called them charmos. And she said they look like some eggs. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. She don't like them dudes, man. She's a Danny Garcia fan. Why? Because he was on fucking TV fighting. You know what I'm saying? So casual fans like my mom can see this dude and see who he is. You know? Motherfuckers got to fight on TV. But shit, man. Thanks for stopping in, bro. I'm about to go ahead and shut it down. I got to take the kids out somewhere. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit the like button for your boy. Subscribe to my guy, YSM Sports Media. Great dude, great content, great channel. Subscribe to him, and peace out.
I appreciate the love, man. All right.
Mm-hmm.